Yesterday, we talked about thermal equilibrium. We had 3 cups of water, and we talked about how those 3 cups, even though they had held ice water, room temperature water, and boiling water, as we watched over time, their temperatures became more and more similar as they came to equilibrium, about the same temperature. So things in the same environment will come to the same temperature over time. With that in mind, we have a metal spoon and a plastic spoon that have been here in my house at about the same temperature. But when I feel them, the metal spoon feels colder to the touch than the plastic spoon does. I have a tray of super cute fish ice cubes. We're going to put one little fish on each spoon and see what happens. Now, if the metal spoon truly is colder, what would happen? If the plastic spoon is a little bit warmer, what would you predict? Already, I can see that the ice on the metal spoon is melting. If I tip this over, you might see some drops of the water coming down. Whoa, slippery fish. Do you see some of those drops coming off? The other spoon doesn't have much change going on, except for the fact you might see it turning blue. It's a color temperature spoon that my daughters like. But there's no liquid coming off. If I try and tip this one over, there's no water dripping off. So even though this one felt colder to the touch, it's melting the ice faster. Why is that? We're getting pretty wet over here. I'm going to drip a bit more of the water so you can see, even though we're not so close, that the water truly is melting from ice to liquid. If we think about this in another way, imagine your oven at home baking a cake. You have your cake cooking on the pan, and when you take it out of the oven, would you touch the pan? It would have been hot, right? That would burn you. How about if you touched the top of the cooked cake? How would that feel to the touch? Remember, they've been in the same environment, and if you think about thermal equilibrium, you might expect them to be the same temperature to your touch. But instead, there's another principle going on. This has to do with thermal conductivity. Today, you'll be watching some videos, learning alongside me as we learn more about thermal conductivity. Later in the week, you'll get to do some of your own experiments, maybe at home or maybe just alongside as we try them out together. Remember to come back on Thursday with a lot of this work complete. We'll have a live lesson where you can share what you know and what you're still wondering about heat transfer, thermal equilibrium, and conductivity. Have fun!